Hello, hello, hello there, my crafty buds. It's your crafty bud Peggy, and welcome to Stormy's Imagination Station. Guys, we're going to go ahead and roll on with page 5 and 6. Yep, 5 and 6 of the Gypsy fabric book. And guys, all I have done is I had a piece of the bottom of a beautiful wedding dress. Isn't that gorgeous right there? And I just simply cut that a little bit bigger than the pages and then trimmed it down so I could make sure I had enough. You know, you want to make sure because you want to get this valley real good here in the middle. This should be the middle of your book, the middle 2 pages. I've decided to make this an ode to the snippet roll page, and we're going to do I Love You page on one of the other 4 that we still have to do. Guys, I've cut this 2 inches taller on the top, and all I have done, so this can go down inside the pocket. I've already got this side done, and that gives that a nice finished edge on this inside of the placemats. And all I have done, guys, is just I've cut a little gully right down here to the middle, about 1/8 of an inch in diameter, right there, so that it will bend good right here at your corners. And then I've just simply snipped off these sides in a diagonal snip there, so that whenever you tuck it down inside your pocket, it's not going to catch on the edges. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Guys, I'm going to make this here a 2-parter. We're going to go ahead and do this whole double page here, and then we're going to do a separate one for the snippet roll. Yay! I love doing the snippet rolls in these books. It's like my thing. I have to have a flower, a snippet roll, and I Love You page. It's like my signature thing. And then that just simply fits down inside there like that, guys. That's all. Let that dry. And again, that gives that a nice finished edge on your pocket right there. So that looks really nice. So this is what we've done here, guys. So if you don't have something like this, all this is some satin fabric that I've chose. You could go with your favorite trim across the bottom. You could use beaded dangle trim. If you've got some of that crocheted lacy dangly trim, just whatever you have. Even if you don't have any dangly trims, you can use some of your prettiest trims all the way around here to finish this out if you'd like, okay? Now, guys, I want to add a little bit more lace here to give this more stability on this side, because remember, on this page, we went quite a far out from the actual page itself so that we could create them corner tucks, corner matches there. So I want to start with a lace around this, and I've chose this. I have some white of this more stiffer lace right here, and all I want to do is go around this edge with this, just like we did on the other pages. I'm just going to kind of start this right down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to do another tuck, and then bring this up around the top right here, and then we're just going to go ahead and keep going around the page here so that the whole thing matches. And I gave myself more than I needed, again, by a couple of inches, just to make sure, because you'd rather have more you can nip off than if you've nipped it off too short, then you're done. And I have been known to do that, so I have learned. Now I'm just going to put me a nice little bead of my fabric tack just about to the corner there to start this, and I want to get my prettiest edge that I want towards the outside. And you want to make sure that you just kind of layer it inside the lace on the previous page right there, and give that a little bit of stability right there too. And then again, we're just going to do the little nip tuck thing right here. So I'm just going to start out with a little bit right there in the corner, and then I'm just eyeballing this, guys, you know. This is just the way I do it, you know. I like to give y'all some ideas if you ain't never thought of or whatever, and you just go with it, using what you have, and make it your own. I just love these little craft alongs, so I hope you guys are having a good time with it. I really enjoy doing these. Eventually I'll get to where I can do better lives. Like I said, I'm on my camcorder here, and if I was on my computer, y'all would know it. Y'all have seen a big difference in that. Mine isn't the best in the world, so I just do these so I can touch base with you guys, and we kind of feel like we're all here together. And then I'm just going to put a little bit down this middle right here and just do the same thing. And try to get this. I might have to go like this with this one. I'm glad I did have a little bit of extra, because this one, my pretty side, no, I had it right, didn't I? Yeah, I did, okay. I wanted to make sure my edges matched, you know. Anyways, sometimes you gotta fiddle with it just a little bit. Guys, have you been able to get in any good crafting? Have you seen any cool videos lately? I've been catching up on you guys. I gotta get on the computer and comment and stuff. I've seen Miss Kathy over there did a scented wall hanging that I'm interested in. And Miss Mars has got a giveaway going on. I think a giveaway or a challenge. I think it's a giveaway. And a bunch of you. There's a bunch of crafty videos going on out there right now, aren't there? I'm just like, wow. Everybody, there's a lot of Christmas in July's going on. If you guys are into the Christmas in July, there's a bunch of those going on right now. Different challenges and stuff there. I like that, don't you guys? I think that's good, and that kicks off that beautiful embroidery of them flowers down there. Yeah, I like that. One corner's wanting to pucker on me right there. You just do not want to do right, do you? You always get that one little piece that you just keep fussing over. Then, guys, I come across some of this Battenberg lace while I was in Missouri up there in my little lace grab bag that I got. And it had this piece in there, and I'm thinking about just layering that just right around here. And I think what we're going to have to do is cut this one off and glue these two here down, and then I think what I want to do is just cut it out so that I can get it right dead bang on that corner. So I think what we'll do is glue it down first, and then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I love this stuff, you guys, this Battenberg lace. This is old stuff right here. And I was so lucky to come across that bag laying there. There was a little bag of this, and there's another one in there that I couldn't find a minute ago, but I went ahead and went with this one here. I love it. And I think it was like $3 for the little bag. And I was like, yay! So I got a couple of little things while we was up there. Alright, let me make sure that's turned around right there, and we'll get our bead going again. Uh-oh, I said I was going to glue this one down first, didn't I? And I'm just going to spider web it, not real thin. I want this to really adhere. Get them edges real good. And get that right on that corner. There we go. And then I'm going to follow behind with this and make sure you got your right edge. This Battenberg lace has a right and a wrong edge on it. Yeah, maybe over the top of it. Like this. Look at this, guys, where you can see that it's different from that side. This side is finished, and the other side you can see all the work that they've done. I love this stuff. I was so lucky to be able to find this up there. I love good lace and stuff, don't you guys? I'm just crazy about it. Little pieces with the flowers and all that on there. I just love it. And this one here, I'm just gonna like this. Get that right side again. And get it in that groove there. Make sure you get it in your dip. And then I'll just put that right over the top of it. So we'll be able to open and close it with ease. I'm not going to go big and bulky on this page because I want it to be able to close. The more we add, the thicker it gets. And you want it to be able to shut good without, you know, being just a big old puff ball. But I want some pretty stuff on here. Guys, I hope you guys are able to do one of these with me. It's amazing. Something like a placemat, 3 placemats, like I said, I cut in half and put it together. And you guys, you don't have to sew them together. You can glue them all. You can use your E6000 or your fabric tack. I really highly recommend one of those too. And do what you like with these. But this is a quick, easy upcycle, and you've got some oomph to these fabric placemats, and I think they'll last for a long, long time. So I'm really, really excited about that. I may just cut these last 2 off and finish that corner out. What do y'all think? Let's see. I might just do that. I think that needs just a little bit more down there. I love this satin, don't you guys? Gosh, that's so pretty. These wedding dresses, if you guys are lucky enough to get your hands on a great deal on wedding dresses, I highly recommend that you do so and cut these babies up. Like I seen up there in Missouri, they had a rack. Theirs were, they hadn't had them very long, and they were only wanting $50 a piece, which, you know, I'm not going to pay $50 for one, but you can just kind of watch them, and then once they've had them for a little while, you can come back at them and be like, you know, what's the lowest you'll take for that wedding dress over there? And to get rid of these things, otherwise they start stacking up on them. They'll make you a deal on them a lot of times, you know, and then you can get them for, you know, $25 or $30 instead of $50. And just get all the beautiful appliques off of them, and this fabric, I mean, my gosh, you get yards and yards of beautiful satin. So I just love it. Now guys, what I decided to do on this one, for the ode to the snippet roll, I've got one of these pieces that come down the back part of a train, I guess, on a wedding dress. This is a wedding applique that I got, and I thought that would be a great set off for the snippet roll, which mine is going to be made out of this long crochet doily piece. I think this is like for a topper for a runner to a table, and mine's going to go right over here and fold up. So if you guys got something like this, I have used belts as backs of my snippet rolls before, pieces of beautiful beaded fabric you can cut to the size that you want. You can use this stiff lace, a couple layers of this, makes a nice snippet roll back. Get your pretty appliques out, sequins, beaded pieces that you want to cut up, little snips of your favorite laces and trims. I made a sentiment for ours. It's going to say elegance, which I just stamped on a piece of muslin, frayed the edges, put a piece of just lace trim I had behind that, and a little doily on the back of it. This is just a piece of a wedding applique that I've cut a piece off of, and one of these little embroidered flowers. And I think that's a gorgeous sentiment for inside there. You can break out your little jeweled buttons and pieces like that, If you've got little pieces like this, you can cut apart these little lace hearts. They've got these kinds of appliques. Just stuff that you can cut apart. They've got the bows, the butterflies, you know, all that kind of stuff like that. Just get yours out and put it away. Beaded trims if you want to use on it, and set it aside for the snippet roll part. Okay, so now I know where this is going, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. And I want this on there, so I want to make sure I get my edges really good. Not to where it's oozing out, but you want this to adhere. So really get anywhere that there's a lot of heavy beads and stuff on it, make sure you get them edges really good. I just love these appliques, don't you guys? Gosh, it's hard to part with them, isn't it? You get to looking at them and think, no, I don't want to use it. But on something like this, I'm going to call this page it's our ode to the snippet roll, but I guess this would be more like the Gypsy wedding page. You know, some of the girls really love the white blingy stuff. So that's kind of the direction I'm going with this. There's not going to be any pictures on this. This is going to be like the beautiful Gypsy wedding, but boy, the pearls and the sequins and all of that is here present with this. So this is definitely good to be in the book. So alright guys, now I had a piece under here that I wanted to use. I actually should have glued that down first, but that's okay, I can go right underneath it. But I like this right here. It's like a top topper. Do y'all like that? That's just plain embroidered lace. There's no beads or anything like that on there. I selected this because I want to contrast the pretty sequins. I don't want it to be taken away from each other. And I love that applique piece, don't you guys? I think that is so beautiful. So I want to make it kind of like the star. So this, the flower's going right down in the middle, so I'm going to tuck that in and then just lay the rest over. And then I'm going to peel this up real quick and make sure I get it on dead top. I love that with the fabric tech. If you do this, I'm known to change my mind sometimes. You got a little bit of playroom with that. And then guys, I thought for a little bit of pizzazz up here on the top, right across here, I wanted to do a roll of this. And I think that's going to be absolutely gorgeous hanging down there. So we're just going to go ahead and put a roll. And yes, I'm covering up the middle of the Battenberg. That's okay, we've got plenty of it showing out. We need these sweet layers. And then in that groove right there, and then just pop that down. And we've got some of this beautiful dangle trim as well, so we've got a little bit of more movement there. There, I like that. And then guys, over the top of that, I have some more of this gorgeous beaded pearl trim that I thought would be a great topper right across there. And I might even come back and put a roll of pearls right on through there, but I'm just going to hit this middle right here with a nice bead. Right there. And make sure you don't get your dangle caught in it. Kind of drag it up. And then just press that down. Get your middle. There we go. There we go. Yes, I like that, don't you guys? I'm liking that a lot. That's good. And then I've got, now guys, this is another great idea. I got these off of a pair of sandals. These were like them jelly sandals, and this was the bling off of the part that goes across the top of your foot. And I love getting my hands on just a pair of old sandals, like I said, over at the Salvation Army, and it's where I get mine at. And I'll just buy them strictly so I can cut that off of there. I think I might go with some of this bling that's on there and use that. I really like doing that, because you get some gorgeous tops on those. You know, the shoes might not be worth a flip anymore, but you've got the beautiful trim that comes with it. So, and now I'm stuck to this piece of fabric over here on the side of the table. That was funny. And I think I'll put a piece of that there. And then I do have some of the pearls that went with it that I think I'm just going to pop right in that middle. And then here's a little piece that I think I'll just add onto this and clip that off about right there and decorate that up. What do y'all think about that? And again, that was just off of a piece of a sandal top there. And I love this piece that was across that foot part right there. So that was really good right there. Alright. Now then, guys, to finish out this side right here, I found this beautiful pearl that I really think I want to use on here, down this side right here. I think that is just absolutely scrumptious. And all this is, guys, is that tulle trim, and it's got a roll of pearls down the middle of it. And I just love this. I think that is just scrumptious. So I'm just going to add it, and I'm just going to do it little bits at a time, because this tends to turn on you. It twists. So it's good to do this little bits at a time and pop that down and then go on, so that way you can straighten as you go, because it will twist. Oops. And it will pop up too. There we go. We're getting some good adhesion here. I like that, don't you guys? I think that's very pretty there. It really looks wedding-y, doesn't it? Wedding-y. Okay, guys, now then, I'm just going to finish it out over here on this other side with another one. I just love these. I found these in my stash. There ain't no telling how long I've had them, but I had just enough to do these sides. Whoops. I really need to get me a vinegar bottle in here so I can keep my hands clean, because I get pieces of glue on my fingers and then I'm stuck. And it pulls up my work. Make sure I got that down far enough. Oops. Make sure you get your fringe out of the way. Get that stuck down. See how you get that, and it'll twist and go up underneath itself and stuff, so I like doing that little bits at a time. Get that edge there, make sure it's stuck down good. side out of there. It just keeps wanting to. Then once you get it up at the top, you can give it a good stretching, and that tends to straighten them out too if they're going a little crooked on you or whatever. But I think that is looking good. Now guys, I have taken some leaves off of another applique that I just want to kind of hit with these just every once in a while. These little leaves here, and just give them a little bit of a pop. Because they're gorgeous embroidered leaf patterns that's on this, but I just wanted to hit them with just a little bit of sparkle and shine, not a whole lot. Well, this one here is going to be underneath that, so we'll put it here. Make sure you save room for your snippet roll. I get to going sometimes and I forget, and it's like, uh-oh, you got something going there, you need to take that off. Just a few of them I did. Like I said, just to give that a little bit more pizzazz down there on the leaves, just to try to accentuate. And then guys, I cut these off of a shirt that I got over at the Salvation Army. See if I've got it here. This is another one of them things that winds up in the bargain basket, and either, I think I got this at the Sally or Debbie sent it to me. I can't remember which. But this has got such beautiful beaded sequin flowers all over it. Keep your eyes open for these, and you can see I've been cutting all over it. Cutting these off because I just love that. You know, you get all these vintage shirts and stuff now, and dresses and things like that, and you can just cut them up and turn them into the most beautiful things. And so what I've done is just cut off various flowers. I cut 3 of them off. I got this one here, it's got like a silver surround, and then the pink to kick off of the pink and white snippet roll. So I wanted to go with these, and I just did enough for all 3 of the middles of these beautiful embroidered roses that's on that bottom of that dress. I just love this. And there you go. And then I have 2 butterflies here that I also cut off that shirt. And I was thinking about putting one of them coming down where I've got enough room there, or this cute little pink one right here might be actually the best bet, because I've got to have room for my snippet roll. But isn't that pretty? Look at that. Just gorgeous. I mean, it's just amazing what you can get off of these shirts and dresses and stuff. I've got one in there, like I said, I think Kathy's cards sent me. I've got the whole front of it. I am a little crazy over this thing. It'll wind up being a wall hanging because they're hard to cut up, you know. But I like that, don't you guys? I think that's pretty good right there as a frame to our beautiful snippet roll. What do you guys think? I really like this. And then, like I said, we'll have the snippet roll coming out here like this. See, and it goes quite a way. Let me see if I can move this over enough for y'all to see. See, this comes out quite a way, and we're going to decorate all this inside here and all the back of it. So that's going to be our next video. But for these 2 pages, I think that's beautiful, don't you guys? I really love that. We've got our beautiful sequins and the beautiful flowers down here. The butterflies come down. We've got a gorgeous top on here. I just love that. The movement on that's just sensational. I love it. So I think that's good right there. So we're going to let this dry. And then the next video I'll come back and we're going to work on that awesome snippet roll together. So guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around, and please come back for the next video and continue to have fun with me in our Gypsy Queens fabric book. Okay, guys? And I hope y'all like this. If you like this, please hit that like button. If you don't, tell me why. If you got better ideas, let me know. Let me see what you create. And guys, until the next time, be crafty, be cool. And I'll see you when I'm looking at you. Okay, bye-bye.